Yeah, check it out. It looks good. It looks gorgeous graphically. And all characters in this game are over the age of 18. Debatable. If I know anything about Japanese games. Perfect. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Alright, you guys. Don't be easily disturbed, okay? Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Shit, I feel called out personally now. Did you? Contents warning. Yeah, well, guys, depression and anxiety over here, so I guess we'll find out. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings. No, we're going in blind, baby. Let's do it. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Yeah, we're all over the age of 18, right? These guys are like fucking 16 at best. I will hear nothing. Sorry, what? Oh, well, how could this be disturbing for children? It's very pink, you know? Let me just check the settings really fast. Dear God. Okay, let me know if anything is off in any way. We will tinker if we have to. I'm just trying to see if there's, I guess there's exit, no, we're going right in. Balls deep, baby. Okay. Roblox. That's me. Okay, sure. Let's do it. Yeah, just wait, I bet. Oh, I fucking bet, man. The thing is, nobody ever spoils anything. That's the thing. That's what I've heard about this game. Nobody's ever spoiled anything. It's like, oh fuck, just you wait. And you're like, what am I waiting for? I know, right? Like the juxtaposition to this? Oh god, absolutely. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend that you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Sayori, come on, get your shit together. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I must feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. But maybe, but only because I decided to stop waiting for you. And you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. I'm gonna need a lot of liquid, I feel like. Already, though, I must say, for narrating, much better story than that other werewolf game that we did. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did in one of our many conversations where I just simply go along with whatever she's going on about. Larry likes to worry too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Again, I feel really personally called out here. I guess, yeah, everybody strap in. You can flail your arms around, I guess. We're not getting into anything too spooky just yet. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look for a few clubs that make you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? That's the scariest thing we've seen so far. Oh, I love that. It's almost as good as the fish. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to use her mind just a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. My arm waving emoji? Yeah, get all loose and free, guys. We have to do introductions, right? School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Oh, I wish I had days like that. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. I was also not a part of any clubs in school. We did not have those things. They did not exist. If they did, I didn't know about them because I didn't care. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello. Sayori. She must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Me? She's the vice president of the literature club. Oh my god, that's the name of the game! Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. That was literally the fucking motto of goddamn Sea of Stars. Don't write checks your butt can't cash. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned this all out. Probably both. I let out a long sigh. Ugh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. There's been worse deals. I mean, true. You just shouldn't be doing those things. What happens if I failed? Oh my god, the citric acid on these fucking rockets have been out to lunch. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. She's full of energy and swings the door open to the classroom. I totally did not say that sentence in any way, shape, or form correctly. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. This is Girl 1. What an interesting name. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Those are yeah. Seriously, you brought a boy? I'm a girl. Way to kill the atmosphere. What a nice surprise. Also, our girl 2, and they're the same. I don't see a difference. They're all the same. They're all variations of the same. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. They're all the same, though. Literally all the same. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. I told you they're not over 18. They are not over 18. And how dare we even think? How dare we even think that? She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Yeah, I know, I was there. They're the same people. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. She says quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Sour energy. And this is Yuri. She's the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that! Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Yeah, I could spend like exactly 2 minutes with them and then I would be like, I'm done too. It's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again. She smiles sweetly. We do know each other. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Oh my god. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Man, I'm already fucking shooting for the stars here, eh? I'm fucking up. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? I love some tea. I'm actually drinking cold tea. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! She lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Well, goddamn. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking. Well, you know. I do love to bake. Crosscut Walk, welcome in. How are you? Hello. Sorry, I have to get really close. I'm not wearing my actual seeing glasses. These are fake ones. I really like filter ones. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. She talks with her mouth full and already has managed to get icing on her face. Girl, get your shit together. Come on. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. This is how you eat a cupcake. I will die on this hill. You take the cupcake, you split it apart, you make a cupcake sandwich. The only way to eat a cupcake. I am good so far. There's gonna be a lot of talking. I can feel it, but we'll see what this cutesy game has to offer. Totally spooky right now. Totally spooky. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this song before? Made them for you. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you. You know. You, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation.
Hello there.
Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? True. It does, actually. I do enjoy a nice hot cup of tea. I guess. Oh, thank you for reminding me. My lower back is actually a little sore. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. Monica, please. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. That's what I mean, like all of this, I don't know anything about most anime games like this, and even I know, I'm like, this is down to a fucking T. Down to the T. I love it. I'm here for it. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was forced. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, and so That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? You know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling my dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods her head in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. True. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? I thought you guys were 18. Shouldn't you have already graduated? Are you doing a victory lap? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Depends on the book. What kinds of things do you like to read? A variety. I like to read a variety of things. What did I last read? I read The Lighthouse Witches, or Witches of the Lighthouse, or something like that. Prior to that, it was Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm also going to do a controversial opinion about that. I didn't really find that book that great. I demolished it in a weekend, so like I quite literally did not put it down. I didn't think it was that good. Now, I did not see the Netflix series or HBO or whatever, whoever fucking made it, because I'm a firm believer that 9 times out of 10, book adaptations into like movies or shows go terribly wrong. So, I have no interest in seeing the TV show, but yeah, I read the book and I was like, Travis, what's going on? How are you? How was your shift? Well, you can't say manga, that doesn't count. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. You can say manga, that doesn't count. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Actually, you know, you could actually consider manga if it's, like, influential, right? If we're going to talk about horror, you could do Junji Ito. He's got some fucked up shit. That was the first one that came to mind. Not much of a reader, I guess. But that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you? Well, let's see. She traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. She goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. Same. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. And I guess you could say that. But if the story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Why's that? Well, it just... Her eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? Gives you that idea? you left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Are we going to get to like some literature discussion, some reading? It's a book club, right? Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sarah slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. You write your own poems? I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share some sometime? No. She averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too? I notice Monica is often facing directly forward. I know, right? She's like, yeah, she's like, you're gonna fuck with me, I'll fuck you up first. And I believe her. There's something... Who do I not trust? I don't know yet. None of them. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea. Pourquoi? Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? She smiles warmly at me again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I've bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Of course you are. Shocking. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing a poem is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. This is like fucking right out of... Yeah. Yas, I'm so happy. She wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. That makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. She looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I can't make my voice go higher than a certain octave, so yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Probably not. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for the clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wandered back and forth between four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica, the hottie. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll even have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Ah! The new master. We just started. We literally just started. I don't know how many acts there are. I don't know anything about this game, but we're probably about 20-ish minutes in. Oh yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how long it is. So, I was informed that it's a bit of a slow burn. So, we'll try to get through as much as we can. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Which girl is my favorite? I don't know. I gotta pick? Shit. I knew I was probably gonna have to pick all of them. 7 hours. Okay, that's not too bad. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Write about your feelings. It's time. Oh god, I actually have to write a poem. Shit, this is exactly like Ghost of Tsushima. Quick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Where's Monica? Where's Monica? I can't pick 3 if I have 4 choices. Can I make these as dumb as possible? Hurt. Nope. Hurt nibble. Hurt nibble. Uncanny. Electricity. Nightgown. Of the incongruent graveyard. Misery rain cloud. Misery bunny. That is also a parfait of unstable bubbles. The new thank you so much for stopping in. Sayori is the best girl. Oh, see, I'm gonna make them fucking work for this. I'm gonna put boop of the unrequited disarray analysis. Oh my god. Oh, the ocean of horror. We're here, baby. The horror heaven sent. I thought it said prime. That would have been so much better. Heaven sent. Doki Doki. Dark shopping. Oh, I'll fucking make this as stupid as I have to. Let the game decide for me. Hi again. Yeah, where were you? Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. I read manga. Oh, come on, like you deserve any slack. Shut up, Nancy. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. Sayori, what the fuck, man? I'm trying to get with all of these girls. I'm gonna build a harem. Because we're afraid of strawberries. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Monica. It is literature. It is true. Swiftly defeated, she plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Roma always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Roma can be good friends too. Sayori. What? Shut the fuck up. As usual, she seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Hey, Sayori, please, my god. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. Yeah, you gotta rub those 2 fucking brain cells you got together to create a thought. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is sad. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She picked out a book she thinks I'll like, but you're not reading much. Thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Stop being like that. Sorry, I was just spacing out. No matter, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place, but I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging, relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, read the fucking back and you'll fucking find out. She closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. That's how you tell what a book is about. Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. She gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you liked the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. And it's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, alright? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Oh, let me just get that book. I quickly retrieve the book I had put into my bag. It's fine if I sit here? I slip into the seat next to hers. Huh. Yeah. Are you sure? I'm a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in the company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. She's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! I was just... You really apologize a lot, don't you? She's secretly Canadian. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? Citric acid. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. She timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I'll do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Yeah? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got just a bit distracted for a second. I glance over to Yuri's face and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. She no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me and I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This may be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses a lot of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, that's a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, it's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh, wait. I didn't mean it a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant more that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. She exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. She releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a little bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Stand up. I'll make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? I sure fucking did. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. That's Suki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Fuck you, Sayori. You go first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori. She's my good friend, after all. Come on, please tell me I get to read my dumbass poem. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's your first time? Of the Strawberry Fear? Yes, that's the poem's name, Strawberry Fear. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously. I didn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. No, the game made me have to write one. I just didn't take it seriously. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you really are a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before, deep down, you're not a selfish adult, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. I'm gonna hold you to that. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Okay. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me grab the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? A look I adore. Or I look above, sorry. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. That is true. I get all cranky. Same. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. The next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my, you. I'm just going in order. Well, about what I expected from someone like you. Strawberry fear? Why? I'm afraid of strawberries. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. I think you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. 4K? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? These people are not over the age of 18. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna keep saying that. I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsu keeps feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. They're all 18. Allegedly. You're up. Let's go, babe. I noticed her eyes lighten. Exceptional. From Strawberry Fear? Are you sure? What was that? Did I say that out loud? She first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? She takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Nope, just pulling the dumbest words together, and now unfortunately all I can remember is Strawberry Fear and, what was it? Uneven Bubbles? I need to do more of this. I want to write more poems. Come on. At least in Ghost of Tsushima, they gave you the option to kind of like make it sound good. Your use of imagery and metaphor... Yeah, okay. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Huh? She stares at me blankly before then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... She trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her whole demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. No, I know. Yeah, Strawberry Fear. We're going to call the poem that, though, because I wish I could have picked both. Strawberry Fear. I shouldn't be talking about other people, sorry. I'm chewing and I just want to keep going. It's fine. Not sure if she's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. She smiles dreamily, as if it's the rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? What are we doing here? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last get to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Gorgeous. Yeah, I did stutter over the handwriting a bit, but that's okay. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. It took you a long time to read. Sorry, you must forgive me, I'm just slow. I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. What are you, fucking normal? What are you? You into ghosts? Me too. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance it over after all. But remember that poems often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Poets, sorry. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the a lot more solemn than putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Yeah. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive. Yeah, strawberry fear. Disjointed bubbles. Something about heaven sent something. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Oh, you think so? Of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you. Me too. There's only Monica left. Hey! Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Yeah, same. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. That's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Is it? Or are you sure it's just not a lot of fucking nonsense words tossed together because I'm going to be a dink? And we should all fear strawberries. That is going to become an inside joke now, I feel like. No, it wasn't that deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Same though. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. True. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively. All I did was put strawberry and not fear together and then bubbles. So, both allowing people to get something out of it, I just feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Okay, what does that mean? So don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Oh, of course. Yeah, that's totally... Yeah. Do you want to read my poem? I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. Could have been me. See the direction that his spackle protrudes? Nosy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. What do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a lot. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little bit more stressful than anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club. Ugh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes end on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's this language? Eh? Did you say something? No, it's nothing. She dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about giving up. Sorry, what's going on here? It's happening all at once. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Do you have a couple suggestions? If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Roma did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Roma liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Roma appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Roma started showing up at all. And Natsuki. That's a little... This doesn't involve you. Why don't I fighting, guys? Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only reason to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting in itself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right? Well? But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think highly of me. Help me, Sayori. You're my only hope. Oh, shit. Yeah, Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori. Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. That's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me. Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. I'm also taking Yuri's side here. I hate to pick. I'm also taking Yuri's side. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Thanks, I wish someone complimented my boobs like that. Sayori. She stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. She rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't bring myself to project. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. She smiles sweetly at me, and it makes my stomach turn into knots. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. Only I can get a chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. Just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, mostly. How about you? I'd say the same. It was neat to get to talk about. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends, too. Your poems will turn out even better. Fuck yeah, here comes Strawberry Fear 2! I did learn more about the kinds of poems everyone likes, so then that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. It's gonna be everybody. I'm gonna fucking make the system choose for me. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Ready to walk home? Let's go. She beams at me. It's truly been a while since Sarah and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. About what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. I like that you fight my battles for me. But I think seeing that you get along with everyone this month is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you. Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like she still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in yet. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Does it really need to stop there? It's like dating coworkers, man. You gotta be really careful about that. Let's have to see what the future holds. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. We're doing it. Okay. Let's make a fucking stupid poem too. Okay, here we go. These are all terrible. Funny. Funny lollipop. There was a massacre. Oops. No. These are all terrible. Promise. There we go. Now we're in Strawberry's back. Perfect. See, you guys are much better poets than I am. I'm just here for, we gotta put strawberry. Strawberry, electricity, tenacious, tenacious dance. Ooh. Tenacious wrath. Agonizing. Agonizing socks. Broken. No. Broken sparkle. Parfait death. Death parfait? Death? Death of the marriage. Has anybody ever seen Grave of the Fireflies? The only reason I said that was because I saw Fireflies and we picked death. But, like, I don't think I could ever watch that movie. Poetry Slam. Why? Because I'm just picking random words? Death of Fun? I read that as Boop. Boop? Boop the Raindrops. Dark. Milk. Dark Milk Suicide. Perfect. Explode. Perfect. I'm perfect. Yo. You're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in the club. Pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Maybe take a look at your purse, Sayori. Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. She nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. Right for you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and you wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that leaves only one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. You feel guilty. That means you deserve to feel guilty. She suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I just had something in my book. Yuri, I'm going to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just mean that? I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of us all, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick my sweetie into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Whap! Ow. What was... a cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is it a miracle? Also, did things get a little dark? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. And Suki, it's so nice of you. I'm so happy. She hugs the cookie. Please just eat it. She rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. She suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're gonna go through a lot over just one cookie. She takes a bite of her own. Yours looks really good too. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. Yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. I'm still really happy you shared this one with me. Sarah gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, wraps her arms around her. Oh, jeez. I get it. Cookie in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. She suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. You're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. Pretty unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. You guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? I don't know what you're talking about. She quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I must know where you play music as well. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play sometime for us. That's... maybe once I get a little bit better. Yay. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I will let you down. She smiles sweetly. Yeah, get out of here, all you others. Didn't mean any pressure or anything. Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love a chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Sayori scratched her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something lecture-related by myself like this? I guess I could read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. Close my eyes and end up listening to Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is about. The problem is the idea of literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is talking really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberate like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. The mastermind. She knows, but she's like 7 steps ahead of us all, guys. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. No, I think she's just 7. She's a criminal fucking mastermind. Can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I open my eyes to see Sayori's face sorry. Wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't napping. This isn't a napping club. I'd rock that so hard. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you have less time for anime, you know. You need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? That is true. She didn't say no. That sounds like such a fun thing to do. All right, everybody, get out your napping logs. Let's see how long it takes to fall into a REM pattern. Of course she's oversleeping. Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. Can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. She glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair sticking out all around here. I run my fingers down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Your bow isn't straight either, and there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. But nobody would even notice that. Of course they would. I was going to tell you about it because I don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. You meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I started to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. 4K? Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? The reason I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to seriously as a button out? Because I'm pretty sure there's probably a gapping effect. But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew. That's so much better. Let the girl be herself. Don't try to change her. So if you would unbutton, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you'd take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Yeah. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. Deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. I guess so, huh? Maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was joking that time. It's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Why don't we share our poems we wrote now? I can't wait to read yours. Vegito, thank you so much for the raid. How was gaming tonight? I fail to sound enthusiastic with Larry, so try to later retrieve a poem. Alright, line them up, bat them down. Oh my goodness, this is so good. What, Strawberry 2? Strawberry Fear 2, The Bunny Lollipop Massacre? Love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. It is the direct sequel, so sometimes, you know what, sequels don't always land. Ugh, aren't you honest sometimes? No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. Not a good writer at all. idea what I'm doing. I do. I'm just being random. Maybe that's why. Maybe because I have no idea what I like either. I'm sure his opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Roma poem. And that makes it feel extra special. I can feel your feelings in it. There are no feelings in it. It's Strawberry Fear 2 the Massacre. Bunny Lollipop Massacre. You're so weird. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out poems, if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure exactly how it works. That's exactly how it works. And again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Let me at least try to give it some thought. You want me to write something? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. You're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. I think it's melancholy. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Savory. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And that makes it a happy rain cloud. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks. Should go break that down then. Go break that down. I used to say, like, I am a pessimist through and through. And my coworker, when we worked in the store, she was just a super sweet, bubbly individual. And I used to call myself the little rain cloud. She was the ray of sunshine. And together, because we worked so well as a team, it was disgusting. When we come together, we create a partly cloudy day. So she's my little ray of sunshine. I'm her little rain cloud. And together, we make a partly cloudy day. You can read my poem now, okay? Oh God, bottles. Okay, I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumbs and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingling, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. A friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They're supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo inside my head. Well, fuck, that got dark fast. Holy crap, Saber, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good. You should be proud of it. like, I was meant to express myself this way. It helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? Keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. But I keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Clary has a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. I find it incredibly easy to be a pessimist. Alright, Natsuki, you're up. Batter up. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. It's a sequel. The Strawberry Fear 2. The Bunny Lollipop Massacre. But I can't really say it's any better either. Huh? What was that? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. What makes you... Wait, maybe that's a compliment. Glad to see someone recognize my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's something tells me that he completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Think so? Yeah, well I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength, but you never really struck me as her type. Sayori as a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? She's like dragging around a dead weight. Natsuki, that's incredibly rude. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away by like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Man, these are getting long, aren't we? Amy likes spiders. Why? Amy? You know what I heard about Amy? She likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I try not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. What? Not bad, right? Quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. Of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks mine. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid if other people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? Is that not the golden rule? I think people really need to learn to respect each other for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of people can too. That's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotion is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. Gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Whew. Alright, Yuri, let's go. What do you think of Strawberry Fear 2, The Bunny Lollipop Massacre? This is pretty good. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday? No, I'm just coming up with a sequel. I guess you could say that. I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes, so I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. I made a sequel. Is that not daring enough? Metaphors can go a long way. I don't have any metaphors in mind. Mine's just a bunch of stupid fucking words together. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. Sure, that's one way to truly enable your readers to see into your minds. It's a very intimate exercise. Let's see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Oh my god. Thanks for sharing. I have an example of that if you'd like to read it. I don't have a choice, so let's go. Is this the poem you wrote for today? She nods and hands me her poem. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as, I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well, aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon. And what? Ugh, I can't even read that. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. I am legitimately struggling to read this. The very same light that glitters in the eyes of my raccoon Fred, I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and feel myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if that's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what the song is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express that it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Like feeding raccoons? It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Sometimes I enjoy writing about them. That's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Yeah, she was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. But she's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. I have no reason to. Hey. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I probably would hate myself. I might embrace her a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Monica's the only one left. What do you mean again? How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. There you go. Tell me. Alright, I like this one. It's a sequel. Sometimes the sequels are good. Made me think of something Sayori would say. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Strawberry fear too? Maybe good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? It could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Oh, save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless Oh my god, I always struggle to say this word. I know, like, if someone says it, I can repeat it, but I can never say it. Cacophony of meaningless noise. Oh shit, I didn't read all of it, sorry. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess that's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this a tip? Is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Break. Yes. Okay, there's something extra. She's got something extra planned. Is this about the festival? Sort of. Do we really have to do something for that? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We're going to need much more than a few decorations. We won't need much more than a few decorations. Leroy has been working on posters and ad signs and pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the festival. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sarah's putting it all in the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Who's been coloring a poster, hold it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting the posters up, did you? I did. Do you really think that's that bad of an idea? No, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Nancy. I could never in my life do something like that. I would die. I would will the earth to open a pit and just yank me down from below. I fucking hate that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri had never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a room full of strangers. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah. Good expressing and being intimate with yourself. Well, you could have phrased that a little bit better. Finding new horizons and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. So don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. They remain silent, but Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. Those two can just help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but she doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Oh, thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? She dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Ugh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Ha. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? No, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands up behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. She begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing her words to life. Is it something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. Four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. She flexes her sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called, she glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? After she gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering voice transforms into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure, and she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. She snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, she holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. That was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. She did. Okay, I guess I'm next then. She hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Aha. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. She begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from her voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. She finishes and we applaud. Yeah. Good job. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival now. Natsuki's up. Don't make me go before Roma. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I'll let Roma lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. It's fine. That's what I get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone, this is my poem, Strawberry Fear 2, The Bunny Lollipop Massacre. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not as exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you. Yeah. I'm going. She begrudgingly gets out of her seat and just poem is called, Why Are You All Looking at Me? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. She takes a breath. Once she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. She finishes, and everyone applauds. She hefts back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, you have to do it at least one more time. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of the other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise to me. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, it's just how it is. I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival. I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. No problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. Can't wait! I can do this. Alright, stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best. It is for the sake of the club. And I'm thinking Monica. But I'll have to do my best. Ready to go? Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? We don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I don't know how to save. Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Sayori. Sorry, I was spaced out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier, like how we get to... she fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Okay guys, what are we doing? One or two? Now we're getting interesting. What are we thinking? One or two? Who do we want to disappoint? And who do we want to make their day? I need more water in this though. Surprisingly kind. Well, Sayori, you really think I could choose for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. I already see her in the club every day, besides we always really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly. You think about it too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Oh, perfect. Here we go. Okay. Let's start off with Milk. Inferno. Milk Inferno. Death. A Valentine. Nightgown. awesome. Covert. Disaster. Portrait of lollipop. Oh, gotta get strawberry in there. It's always strawberry. Strawberry sadness. Loud. Feather. Tragedy. Nice. Oh man, this is good. I'm gonna need like 2 bottles of water tomorrow. I'm gonna need a whole bunch of shit. Oh man, and the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked into. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and I'm picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Huh? Were you planning about it just yesterday? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sarah all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now. Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori anyway. Excuse me. Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Okay. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. You worry too much about me. I'm fine. See? She shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Alright, if you say so. I worldly glance at Sarah before turning back towards everyone else, but the conversation is already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything with Sarah recently, since they've been preparing for the festival and she's spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. What's up? It might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? What way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. You think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. She peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. There is something on her mind. I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She always talked to me about things that bothered her, but this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything. I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. You sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up to the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, probably shouldn't say too much, but Sarah talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? Yeah, way. Sarah's always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always been. You're so funny. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when you're around? When she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? If you jump to conclusions, you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. She smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. I watch her kneel down to Sarah and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear from her from here. I sign sit down by exactly how much do I care, but exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weight weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. There's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. I feel like I'm being watched. I glance around the room. Yuri is peering over me, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone to have a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit down, and sit in the one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. She totally 100% was doing that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who are willing to share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly others who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's not really that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Yeah, she seems a little off today. When I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. Not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. I see that perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings, or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. The world is full of meaning often hidden deep beneath plain sight, and there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. She looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. I avert my gaze. Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware of worrying you. I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. So I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. It doesn't concern me. Alright, after some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Everyone goes off doing the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. You again. This is your best one so far. It really is really nice. It's really, really nice. Thanks. Sarah, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything's fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want a nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me. I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poem like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah, I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get any closer with anyone else? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something, and this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. Sometimes it's just easier to write when I'm thinking about you. Sayori? No! I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? She has problems keeping her voice steady all of a sudden? If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. glance around the room to make sure nobody's noticed this. Sayori, I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. She shakes her head and sniffles and keeps her head down. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a bit early today. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything, she cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Bro, if that ain't a cry for help, I don't know what is. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. It's as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad you're trying a little bit. Of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's... It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Her elbow connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry. I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around her. Anyway, she holds out her poem to me like nothing ever happened. Oh my god! Lord almighty, are you writing a novella? I'll be your beach. I'll be your bitch. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years, but today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heart, your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in the sunbeams, and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah, I feel like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message. Besides, the beach is awesome. It's great. I like the beach. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. There's sand everywhere, and it gets everywhere. So you decided to write about the beach first, and then came up with the message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have both of us write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Make us write about a simple topic and then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Oh, okay, almost there. You again. Well done. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Definitely. I'm glad sharing our writing like this. It's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember that to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone's enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing. I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself? Well, you know how I like to say writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. Kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? She thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible for me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. Oh. I see. I'm sorry, I always overthink and come to the worst sort of conclusions. Bitch, same. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being slight. You're... Oh, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright, do you want to share your poem? Oh, the beach. Is that a mound millions of years in the making where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss? Beneath the gray rolling clouds, an endless engine. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where is the sand wet? Where is the sand? But where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundation until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish in the sand. The salty air is therapeutic, the breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foaming tendrils. Turn back and I abandon my piece to the road at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to the earth forevermore. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. As opposed to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. I agree. Thanks for sharing. I still don't know how to autosave or anything like that. I can't change anything. Hi, have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. No pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. It's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, I'm teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not like unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. Don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now. Right. Oh my god, they're becoming longer and fucking longer. Holy balls, man. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift in the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and I fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I get to look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not that good? Never. I only write masterpieces. I wrote a sequel. It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's so much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? And that's my advice. Thanks for listening. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Alright, you three, we're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out? Hold on a second. Did you say something strange just now? What? This sounded a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? What's a catchphrase? Jeez. Why does it make so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems that you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. What the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times not to go home with her, you just pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Who? Curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. We might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself? Challenge accepted. As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can. Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're just the most talented person here. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. Geez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. And that may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know. You should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. It suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help. But anyway, that just leaves you. The one who truly is useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri seem to have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. It would always help me out as well. I would really be appreciative of that. That's... How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give you. Like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle baking on your own. therefore, he may be suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses. Why are you saying that? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Roma to decide how they'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? I'm sure he's interested in. You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry, I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we settle this already? Yeah. The end is up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case. Alright guys, who are we picking now? I'm like super curious because I kind of like want to find out what's going on with Sayori. Something's not right. But we also have our eye on Monica, so yeah, you picked me. Hold on one second. Yeah, Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only do you work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. That doesn't matter. You're the one who's scared of picking him in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made such a big deal in the first place. This is completely false. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good of a job if you made us work alone. That's true. We want our event to succeed. We need to appropriately distribute our resources. So you're going to do the right thing, President? Okay, I get it. It's technically most logical for Ruma to help one of you two. So I guess that's what we'll do. Do you have a preference? Fine, I'll do Yuri. Well, probably most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No. I was just saying. So you'll be helping Yuri then. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking of these sort of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. Good to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle baking by yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would. Okay. Everyone can tell Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So is that everything we needed to go over? That should be about it. You guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. Good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki, what? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. I know. That's not what I meant at all. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why everyone picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing I do for the event will compare to that. So I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I've done something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. But she already has trouble with words trying to cheer someone that must be out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she tried with something Sayori would say at a time like this, because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciate it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm going to say this. You better bet my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best, but with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. First call Monica and Natsuki at the door as they chat with each other. Sorry, I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? That would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Okay, then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Huh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense, but if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright, in that case, it won't be a problem. I don't press it for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I manage to make myself useful in some way. Not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself. I think we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason why you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because it's what I want to do. She thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. You're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? Didn't realize I'm telling you I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? She thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long time. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, and I am too. After that exchange, I make my way to the door. Oh, okay. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof, even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. There's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this a chance I'll have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. It's already Sunday. Okay.